possibly Princess did wrong, potentially, to separate this group?
Okay, y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
Me and my brother went to Six Flags, right? We came home. We called Diamond. We told her we saw Michael Jackson at Six Flags and that Michael Jackson wants to get on Nook If You Book and that he just left our house and she needs to come listen to his verse. And she ran all the way from her house to ours and she believed us. And it hurt her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We told you. Michael Jackson.
Prince, are you being fucking serious right now?
I'm so serious. I'm so serious.
How old were y'all when this happened?
16.
At the start of Crime Mob,
Yes.
you told her Michael Jackson was at the crib.
And the monkey.
What is it that
He did some ad libs. I'm sorry. He did some.
Okay, man, I seen an interesting interview with I think it was Princess of Crime Mob, and she talked about why Crime Mob broke up. Now you know Crime Mob. I think it's from Atlanta. They had the song "Nuck If You Buck" back in the day, and we used to see these groups back in the day because they don't really do groups like that no more. In general, boy bands, rap groups, rap duos, rapper duos anymore. We don't really see that no more. You don't see shit like Wu-Tang or Gangstar or Crime Mob. But one minute you'll see a Trillville, you'll see Party Boys, you'll see Crime Mob, and then all of a sudden they just be gone. They be gone. So she basically said that what broke up the group and Diamond leaving. Diamond was the one, the brown skinned lady in the group that she had the blonde hair. I think one of them dated Trent Richardson used to play for Alabama, got drafted to the Browns. And she basically said that they told her a story that Michael Jackson they seen Michael Jackson at Six Flags. They told Diamond, Princess telling the story, so Diamond, they seen Michael Jackson at Six Flags and he wanted to hop on the Nuck If You Buck remix. And he dropped the vocals and they called her over to come listen to it. Like Michael Jackson hopped on the Nuck If You Buck remix. And she came over and they say they pranked her. They was just playing. It sounded like an obvious prank, right? And she said that's what broke the group up. It never was the same. And like I say, man, I was surprised how long Destiny's Child stayed together, especially female groups. I'd be surprised how long they stay together because they're very selfish. Women are you add how narcissistic women are, and then you add money involved, and then you got to understand a lot of women's group is based on how women look. You know what I'm saying? Like one woman, you right gotta have a real fine chick, then you got the little fat bitch, and then you got a mid-tier woman, or you got a tall chick, and you got a beautiful, average chick that people want. Then you got a super thick chick or a short chick. You got all, it's really a variety because they all can't attract the same guys. They all start liking the same guys, or they all firefighting the guy that they all like. Then it becomes an issue. It becomes a big issue. So they fall out over petty stuff, right? And I remember, I think it was Trillville, one of the dudes from Trillville, I could be wrong, saying that they fought all those groups, all them fought. He said the only reason that they didn't fight Crime Mob, was because Crime Mob had girls in their group. He said that's the only reason they ain't fight Crime Mob, because they had girls in their group. That's the only reason they didn't fight Crime Mob. But for them breaking up over something so petty, and she said they was 16. They was around 16. And that kind of blew my mind. That kind of blew my mind. Is that y'all broke the group up. And that's one thing why a lot of people veered away from doing rap, from doing groups in general. Because a lot of the groups was pretty much made up of secondary singers, background singers, and dancers, and the lead singer said, I can just do this shit on my own. Or it's a bunch of egos that come into play. You know what I'm saying? And it's something petty like that, or it might be something petty over a woman, like it's somebody more than another. Petty. And I said, damn, you know, they was just on an interview looking like, are you fucking serious? Is that the reason that y'all actually broke up? And that's the reason that y'all didn't really make it? And to me, to us, you know, that sound like some wild shit. For her to really get mad and then walk away from the group off of that, you know, but that's what it is. Women are sensitive, and you know, and they probably she thought it would be a good joke, and maybe she was having a bad day, and then maybe she said something that, you know, the relationship became irreparable. So the way I be looking at it, I'm like, damn, you know, because one minute we would see these groups, and then all of a sudden they wouldn't make nothing else. They wouldn't do nothing else. And this is why people veered away from groups. Why be in a group with 7 or 10 people? You know what I'm saying? You know, somebody get mad, then it goes through the group. We all break up like, damn, I could have did this on my own. I could just produce music on my own. I could have rapped on my own. And I remember hearing from none of them no more. I'm pretty sure Lil J, the producer, did some shit, but none of them. And a lot of times we be thinking like, okay, maybe they can't create another hit again. A lot of times we be thinking that, like, maybe they can't get another hit. Maybe they beefing with the label. You know, that's how we thinking. But no, it's petty shit like this. They falling out over absolutely nothing. When I heard that story, I was like, are you freaking serious? You know? But we would see these, I mean, it's like TV shows back in the day. Before the internet was a thing, a big thing. I mean, all of a sudden, all we know, you know, all right, one morning, you know, Pokemon go off, and then all we know next school year, it come back on, just hypothetical. It's just gone. Now we got Animaniacs or something, or Freakazoid or something like we didn't know why TV shows, you know, ended back in the day neither. They just was gone. You know, they just was gone. Unless they had one of those endings where we're like, okay, it's a wrap. Okay, he won, or but for the most part, one minute we'll see family members, next minute it's gone. They make no special announcements on TV. Like Fresh Prince, okay, you knew it was the last episode. Or Martin, you knew it was the last episode. But a lot of times, a lot of them TV shows just would be gone. And rap groups is the same way. You know, you don't even know when the rap era is ending. Until you think back on the 3 or 4, you're like, damn. You don't really know when the era of rap is ending. Remember the black boy, white boy era in Atlanta? I lived down that way. It was a crazy time. Young LA, Young Dro, you know what I'm saying? T.I. was doing this thing. You know, Boosie was doing, like, that was a crazy era. Real crazy era. All of a sudden, you just blink and it's gone. We something else. The era move on to something else. 1 minute, you know, I think trap music, the real end of trap music was Recession and Paper Trail. After that, then you start getting Future and stuff of that nature, and it changed. So, but hey, let me know what y'all think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notification. Hit the music entertainment playlist. Hit the link tree. You legitimately can find me everywhere. X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Join the Patreon. Peace.